Hey y'all, I'm going to make some individual apple pies. This is something I'm making for our holiday meal. And anyway, this year I'm making about everything as far as sweets go individual. So I'm going to make the apple pies, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm going to put the camera down. And this is about 7 or 8, not large, but a little bigger than medium. They're red Rome apples. You can use any apple that you want. I wanted something that would cook a little quicker, was a little softer, not such a firm apple, so that it would be sure and cook. So, to these apples, and the recipe I'm giving you is for a dozen little individual pies, which I'm going to put the recipe in the description box, but I will be making more than that. But don't worry about, maybe I'm putting more of something or whatever, because you will have the recipe in the description box. So to your bowl of peeled and diced up apples, and have these diced pretty small, we're going to add, well, let me show you. I diced them about like that. Add 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and that's flour. Get the other one open here. And 3/4 of a cup. To this, you're also going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And I'm just going to guess. Add it. If you're not real crazy about cinnamon, don't put quite as much. But that's the cinnamon. And you need 6 tablespoons of flour, and the flour is what's going to make the thicker sauce in your pie. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to put one more just because I feel like I should. Okay, and with these few ingredients, stir it up all together. Get your sugar and your cinnamon and your flour on all your apples. Doesn't take but a minute, and you see the apples getting the dry ingredients kind of wet. So that's on there good. And now what we're going to do is get them in our muffin pans. So these do not need to be sprayed, because the lard or grease from our pie crust will be just fine. But anyway, let me set this here and show you. I could have made my own pie crust, but I just don't have the time today. So I bought these already made pie crust. They're Food Line brand, and they were on sale. One box, which has 2 crusts, was on sale for $2. So I bought several boxes. But just unroll it. And 2 of these things came in 1 box. And you might want to have these at room temperature. I tried to pick what cup I thought once I cut it out it would slide down into the muffin pan good, and I'm going to see how this size works. I cut out a nice round, and now I'm going to put it in here. And that seems to work real well. It's got a little bunchy part right there. But if you have these at room temperature, you can kind of push them down in there. So I'm going to cut just a few more out and get those. Let me do 3. These 3 here, and then I'll go back and finish filling it up. An easy way to do it is fold it over and then over again. And then once you have it folded over and over again, set it down in your muffin pan and then let it open. And I'm trying to do this with 1 hand. But if you had 2 hands, it would work. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say and do, I'm sure. Press that out where it goes, it touches your pan. And I'm going to do the 1 more, and then I'm going to show you the tops. But let me get them filled first. Okay. So, you know, I'm on my bar where I thought I will have plenty of room, but I don't know if I could go anywhere and have plenty of room. So we have 3 of our muffin pans, or little muffin sections full. Here's our apple mixture. And I'm just going to put some, I believe I have too much. Put some in there. Kind of mash it down a little bit. You don't want to overfill it. I'm going to have to take just a little bit out. But get your apple filling in there like that. Now we'll go back to our pie crust, and I found a cup that would be just the perfect size roundness of just the top, where it wouldn't go into the thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm not sure if I do. Anyway, I'm going to cut 3. And I'm sorry I'm so, seems like not with it, but I just have so much going on. It's Christmas Eve, and you know how that can be. And I forgot to tell you, once you get your apples into your crust, then take some butter, and I use real butter. And there's a little spot on it. Okay, take your butter, and you want to take just a very small amount and put it on top of each little pie. That looks like about the right amount. I need to put just a tiny bit more on that first one. Okay, now I have the butter on my pies. The next thing I'm going to do is just lay the top on there just like that. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to make, I'm just going to have to set that down here. I'm just going to make a couple little steam vents. So that's what our pies look like. And I'm going to go ahead and finish putting these together. You put them in the oven at 425 degrees and you let them bake 16 to 19 minutes or until they're golden brown. And when they're done, let them sit for a little while to kind of, you know, a lot of times if you take a casserole or something out, you immediately cut it, it falls apart. So you want these to sit just a little bit before you take them out of the pie tins, and they should just come out pretty easily. So the next time you see me, our pies will be done and I will give you a look. This is Aaron and he's my grandson, and he's going to taste test the apple pie, and as you can see, he's a ham. So here is the pie after it's cooked. Thank you for doing this tasting, Aaron.
Yep.
So go ahead, give it a taste. Let's see on the inside. Alright. What do you think?
I think it's top of the line apple pie muffin thing. It is really good.
Alright, well thank you for your unbiased opinion. And have a Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Well, say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
Alright. Bye-bye.